Imagine the sound, a series of high-frequency chirps and whistles. If you were underwater in the wild, you might hear this. But it isn't random noise. It's a call. More specifically, it's a name. For decades, scientists studying bottlenose dolphins noticed that individual animals produced a distinct, stereotyped whistle over and over again. This wasn't a call for danger or food. It was unique to the individual. This is their signature whistle, a learned acoustic label that broadcasts identity to anyone who's listening. But how do they get these names? A dolphin isn't born with its signature whistle. It has to learn it. In the first few months of life, a dolphin calf will listen intently to its mother. The mother produces her own signature whistle almost constantly around the calf. The calf begins to experiment, babbling with different sounds, until it develops a whistle that is distinct from its mother's and from any other dolphin in its pod. This process, known as vocal production learning, is remarkably rare in the animal kingdom, shared only by a few species like parrots, hummingbirds, and of course, humans. Knowing they have these whistles is one thing. Proving they use them like names is another. That required a clever experiment. Researchers Stephanie King and Vincent Janik took a boat out into Sarasota Bay, Florida. They located wild dolphin pods they had been studying for years, individuals they could identify on sight. They had a library of recordings of the signature whistles of these very dolphins. Using an underwater speaker, they would play back a specific dolphin's signature whistle to its pod. They also played whistles of dolphins from a completely different population, animals these dolphins had never met. The question was simple: would anyone turn their head? The results were unambiguous. When a dolphin heard the signature whistle of a dolphin from its own social group, it would almost always turn and react. But when it heard a whistle from an unfamiliar dolphin, it would largely ignore it. The most powerful result, however, was when they played a dolphin its own signature whistle. Even without any other context, the dolphin would respond vigorously, calling back as if to say, "Yes, I'm here." This was the first solid experimental evidence that these whistles function as names, used to address specific individuals. The social rules around these names are also fascinating. Dolphins that are together in a pod almost never copy each other's signature whistles. That would be the acoustic equivalent of standing next to someone and shouting their name in their face repeatedly. It's just not done. However, scientists observed something strange. They would sometimes hear a dolphin produce the signature whistle of another dolphin that was not currently with the pod. The individual was out of sight, maybe miles away. Why would they do that? Why call out the name of someone who isn't there? This is where it moves beyond a simple name and into the realm of referential communication. By copying the whistle of an absent individual, the dolphin is able to talk about them. This allows for a stunning level of social coordination. They can effectively ask, "Has anyone seen Bob?" or state, "I was just with Sarah." This ability to represent something or someone not immediately present is a cognitive building block for language. It's the difference between seeing a lion and shouting "lion" and being able to tell a story later about the lion you saw yesterday by the river. How long can a dolphin remember a name? The social lives of dolphins are complex. They form alliances and rivalries that can last for decades. It would make sense for their social memory to be equally long-lasting. To test this, researcher Jason Bruck at the University of Chicago gathered signature whistle recordings from dozens of dolphins at different facilities across the United States. These were animals that had been housed together at some point in their lives, but were then separated, sometimes for more than 20 years. He had recordings from when they were together, and he had the dolphins, now much older. Brooke played the old recordings to the now separated dolphins. What he found was astonishing. Even after 20 years apart, with no contact whatsoever, dolphins perked up and responded more strongly to the whistles of their former tankmates than to the whistles of complete strangers. They still recognized their old friends' names. This is the longest social memory ever recorded in a non-human animal, rivaling our own ability to recognize a face from a high school yearbook decades later. It suggests that for a dolphin, their social world is a rich tapestry of individual identities that they track over their entire 50-year lifespan. So, what makes a whistle a good name? It seems to be about complexity. The whistles aren't simple tones. They are intricate, frequency-modulated signals with loops, rises, and falls. Some research suggests that the more complex a male dolphin's whistle, the more successful he might be socially. The information density of the signal itself may carry meaning beyond just "I am Steve." It might convey fitness, age, or social status. The very structure of the name could be a compressed resume, broadcasting vital stats to potential allies and rivals alike. This leads to the ultimate question. What else are they saying? We've cracked the code for name, but a signature whistle is often embedded within a much longer, more varied vocalization. Do they also embed emotional state? Is the way they say their name different when they are excited versus when they are stressed? Some studies suggest yes, with subtle changes in the whistle's parameters correlating with different situations. We are only just beginning to translate this alien language. It's possible that each signature whistle is not just a name, but a status update. A single, elegant packet of acoustic information that says who they are, how they feel, and maybe even where they are going.
Monotony has grown fast. Nearly 2,700 people have watched in the last few weeks, yet less than 0.03% are subscribed. It would mean a lot if you joined by hitting subscribe. And again, thanks for watching.